Hello everybody, this is CMR64 and welcome back to DDLC Plus. I will not let another month pass without me finishing this game. Okay, I did a perfect Yuri poem and perfect Yuri route. And there's no questions asked for that. So let's just go with our fifth. Oh, looks like we got two of them. Well, I just did a perfect Yuri poem and a perfect Yuri route. So let's just go with Reflection. The next episode, Reflection Part 2. And I fixed the mic this time. Yep. Because I care. I just literally forgot what happened last episode. Well, because the mic is crappy. I was actually pissed when I was editing that. Am I bothering you? No. Okay, just checking. It's hard to tell since you always look so into it when you're reading. Makes me scared to interrupt. Well, it's within my expectations to be interrupted when I read here. It's mainly when I'm by myself that I don't like it. That makes sense. I guess if you're here in the first place, then you're more ready to socialize. I'm not even gonna make a socialism joke. Socialist. Whatever. Even if it takes a little bit of prodding. I don't know that word. It's not bad to be social if I let others to do the work, so it can be healthy to put myself in the social environment every now and then. Mostly difficult when I don't know everyone, or there are too many people, or everyone is being too silly for me to keep up with. Your glances across the room and Sayori Natsuki. Sarah has her head cocked back and her mouth open, trying to catch pieces of a cookie that Natsuki is lobbing into the air, but the pieces keep bouncing off her face and hitting the floor. Maybe I should say something. No need, they just run out of cookie. What a waste. They're actually become good friends, haven't they? I'm happy. Oh really? Sayori seems particularly good at making that happen. But the two of them are both on the energetic side, so I suppose it works out well. Yeah, come to think of it, you and I haven't had many chances to talk one-on-one, haven't we? Or have we? Though that may be partially by fault, since I'm supposed to be the one engaging club members. Not at all. Probably form of habit of drawing minimal attention to myself. The responsibility is equally on me, at least to display some openness to engage. Well, what about during times like lunch? Do you meet up with friends? I just read. Oh, but I like it that way. Feels nice to be carried off again after a morning of classes. Do you always read fantasy? Oh, not always. I suppose it's all I've read recently, but only because I'm in the middle of this series. There are still two more books after this one. I guess those long books suit you well, since you spend so much time reading. Well, fantasy may be my favorite, but after that, I'm more or less indiscriminate to genres. I'll read anything with depth and maturity. Oh yeah? Even like romance? Well, there are a lot of books that have elements of romance in them. Oh, come on, Yuri. You know what I mean. Monica lowers her voice. It's a guilty pleasure of mine, so I won't tell anyone if you do too. What? What does she mean by that? Romance. Maybe more when I was in middle school. What? I was really lonely and people were mean to me a lot. So it kind of felt like, yeah. Please don't make me think about the past. What do they mean by romance? Hehe, sorry, I just got super curious. What is this, Hyoka? You know, we should totally pick out a romance novel to read. That would be so much fun. Absolutely not. Really, even if it was just between us? Try asking someone who has no shame, like Natsuki. Ouch. Hey. That's mean. That's mean. Ah, sorry. I swear I didn't mean that. Well, I guess it was my fault for pressing you. I like that for things in my past too. You know, things I feel so too embarrassed to re-experience. There's nothing wrong with growing out of things. It happens to everyone. For instance, Natsuki's interest in manga reminds me quite a bit of how intense I used to be about my own interests. Makes me think that she'll likely grow out of it too. Hey, how were you talking about we? No, we're just talking about how our interests have changed over the years. When did you get into manga, Natsuki? Like a couple years ago, I guess. I was already sort of into it before that, but I wasn't really going hard until then. Oh yeah? What was it that inspired you to get more into it? I don't know. I guess that you think. It was after I discovered a series that I really liked. Oh, the Perfect Girls. Yeah, I was just like really fed up with a lot of things, and I got super into this one series that I really related to. Guess I had an edgy phase when I just hated everyone around me and wanted to be by myself. Ahaha. Hey, kind of like Yuri. Monica? Ahaha, sorry. That's completely wrong, so it's still cool that you both really found your thing. They're almost like opposites, but it sounds like they helped you a lot through hard times. You know it. Wow, what the heck? Is that book even bigger than the last one you were reading? Uh, um, it's technically slightly longer, but not very much. How high do you think it would go if you stacked up the whole series? Natsuki estimates by holding her hand high above her head, sizing up an imaginary stack. I should get one of those mangas that's like 50 volumes long so that I can say I've read more than you. Ahaha. Not that I have the money for that. But I haven't even bought a volume of a manga I read online. Illegally. Not illegally. Please, that would hardly count when your books only have a few words per page. I know, I was just joking. I could never actually read books like yours, it's too boring for me. Yuri shoots a glare at Tatsuki. It's not boring. Ooh. Chill, I said for me, not for you. I can have my own opinion. I just think it's too convoluted, I guess. Sayori, are those from the floor? Phew. Oh, I'm not even gonna. Ahaha, gross. Also, wash your hands before touching any of my books. But my hands aren't dirty. Just do it. The oils are there even if you can't see them. Fine. Sayori trots out of the door and Natsuki follows. Yuri, you look a little upset. What kind of nerve does she have to call my hobby boring? Well, she did correct herself. Hardly. She was so condescending. I don't mind if she thinks it's not for her. I already understand that it's not for anyone. But she knows well how much these mean to me. So how about just leaving me alone instead of needlessly telling me the things you hate about it? I'm sorry, Yuri. You may be right. This won't be the last time people have strong feelings about what they like and don't like. Especially in a literature club. So I should figure out how to mediate discussions to keep them positive and constructive. For the record, I've always been impressed by the level of creativity in your books and also your ability to get through them so quickly. Thank you. Okay, well, this is something that I'll have to think about and revisit. Sure, I can help Natsuki find some common ground with you. Common ground isn't necessary, I just wish to be respected. That then, either way, I'll do my best. I'm skeptical when it comes to Natsuki. I trust you, Monica, but I'm skeptical. I don't even know the word. That's not the end. That's not the end. It's obvious. Oh, a new soundtrack. Okay, everyone. We have a special club meeting today. As you know, the literature club is a place where we get to share things that we are really passionate about. But that also means we should be mindful of how we respond to each other's feelings. I think we have a chance to turn off our differences into positive energy for each other. Aren't you being a little dramatic about this? It is important to me. Well, sorry, I just feel like I'm being accused or something. No, I'm not. No, I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I'm sorry if I came off that way. But our conversation yesterday made me reflect on the power of language, and I thought it would be a good topic for the literature club, don't you think? Sure, we're going to have different differences in opinion a lot, so I need to make sure we're prepared to keep a positive atmosphere in the club. If you say so, sure. The cool thing about language is that it gives us a lot of different ways to express the same idea or emotion. We have a lot of control over how we want the other person to feel when we're receiving our talk. This goes for poetry, narratives, casual conversation, basically anything. For example, Sayori, what's your favorite food? Can't that dog? Shut up. Sayori, what's your favorite food? Have them organized by category. Should I start with snacks or do you mean full meals? Should I include breakfast? Oh jeez, I don't even eat breakfast. I only eat biscuits for breakfast. But don't be like me though. Oh jeez. Okay, how about your favorite fruit? That's easy. Cherries. Really? No. Imagine Sayori saying that. I always thought cherries tasted nasty. Well, you have very bad taste, Monica. What? Cherries are delicious. Whoa, that's a pretty strong reaction. Well, I just don't understand how somebody could think cherries are nasty. How does that make you feel? I don't know, sad. Defensive, maybe? Yeah, I got defensive. See, the reason you had such a strong reaction wasn't just because I don't like cherries. It's because you felt like your opinion was under attack. But that's weird, right? But that's weird, right? Something like taste is completely subjective. But when I say something like I think cherries are taste nasty, I'm using objective language. I'm challenging Sayori's reality that cherries are delicious with my own, which is that cherries are nasty. Wait, hold on. How is that objective when you just said it was only your opinion? It has to do with the way our brains reinterpret the words. You're talking about the reality of the cherries, not your feelings about them. Like Sayori. Let's rewind for a second and pretend I didn't tell you that I think cherries are nasty. Good. So what if instead I said like, I've tried cherries and they're not for me. It's not the kind of flavor I enjoy. Well, that's fine, as long as you don't call them nasty. Nasty is a nasty word. Well, obviously. Okay, so cherries was kind of a weird word. Example. But I think it gets the point across. This time around, instead of talking about the cherries, I just talk about my feelings, and Sayori didn't get defensive. So instead of clashing with each other, it's like we receive an invitation to talk about our differences. Yuri, you don't need to take notes. I'm not gonna quiz you or something. I know that. I was just sorry. I didn't mean to call you out. You can do whatever you like. Does anyone have any thoughts so far? Yeah, I just feel like I shouldn't have to put all my language through a filter just to protect someone's feelings. Well, you don't have to. The choice is yours and how you want to come across to other people. I'm only suggesting it as a tool to help turn your feelings into a different experience rather than an argument. Right, Sayori? Whatever you say, cherry hater. Oh, come on. Sayori's I actually like cherries. I was just saying that to help demonstrate. What the heck? I've been duped. Aha, I'm sorry, Sayori. I'll make it up to you later. How about a cherry sundae? You are welcome to dupe me anytime, my beloved president. Buying your people's loyalty. How deplorable. Oh, like you would turn down a free sundae, Yuri. You were certainly a fan of those cupcakes I brought in the other week. Well, I predict Yuri would say something nasty about it, okay? I was reading and not keeping track of them. Oh, that's enough. We're getting off topic. Okay, I just predicted the wrong idea. So now that we have the gist of it, how about we try with something more relevant to the club? Like manga, right? Let's try to have a productive discussion about our differences in opinion. Yuri, do you want to start? Well, I'd rather not, no. Oh, how come? Well, because I don't see how anything productive can come from that. It's just going to start a fight. No, it'll be fine. That's why I'm here to moderate. Oh, the moderator. Let's just have a calm and rational discussion. Yeah, give me a little more credit. I'm not a child. You don't have to coddle my feelings. I always think it's more respectable to just speak of your mind. Respectable? Yuri's expression changes at that word. As Monica recalls, being respected was the crux of the matter for Yuri. Well, the point of the exercise isn't exactly like, it's fine. I have nothing against anyone personally. You're entitled to enjoy whatever it is you like. I just prefer more depth and nuance in my reading material. I look for stories that are imaginative and sophisticated beyond the surface level. Oh, well that's just a misunderstanding then. I thought you were just gonna say that manga is for children or something like that. Like, I don't hear enough of that. But there's plenty of deep manga. I'm not clueless about manga. I've read my own fair share when I was younger. What? Are you serious? How come you never told me? Because I'm past that point in my life. And I really prefer not to revisit it. Prefer more mature things now, okay? That's another count for that. You should have not said that, but I don't care. I mean, I care, but meh. Excuse me. Okay, hold on. Can I jump in here? Let's try to keep things subjective. Because if you imply that manga is immature, then aren't you implying that someone is immature for being into it? Well, maybe it's mature to judge people for having different tastes than you. Natsuki, nobody's immature. I've read Natsuki's manga and Yuri's fantasy, and I love them both in their own way. Okay. It's great that you like it, but I still find it boring. Boring isn't subjective. Okay, it bores me. That's subjective. Oh, again, this will start a fight. But I mean, the thing about this is ridiculous. Do you see why I don't want to participate in this? I knew it was just going to make people upset. I'm not upset. Oh, definitely not upset. Like I said, I don't care what other people think. I always got the impression that you secretly look down upon me. So I'm glad my suspicions sauce. Haha, funny. Laugh! We're confirmed. That's not true at all. You're making assumptions. You can blame me for getting defensive when nobody ever has the least bit of respect for the things that I'm into. The only thing I look down upon is when people make fun of me for just being myself, trying to mind my own business. What? Have you looked in a mirror? Tell me again about respect after calling all of my interests immature. You can't. Please stop. Oh, here we go. The neutralizer. Sorry. Please stop. Please. Don't mean the things you're saying right now. Let's just be friends. Oh, that smile. Let's capture that smile with the screenshot. I didn't mean for this to happen. Well, it did. So please don't invite yourself to try and solve other people's problems next time, okay? Oof. Your piercing words send the clubroom into a choked silence as she gathers her things. She leaves. Why am I smiling? Who? Holy crap! I've never heard her sound like that before. She must be so pissed. Well, you weren't very nice either, so I was just saying, how did this happen? It's my fault. Yuri wasn't wrong. I shouldn't have tried to moderate a conflict when I know how bad I am at dealing with conflicts. It was really, it was a really stupid thing for me to do. It's nobody's fault, and it wasn't stupid. Everyone in the club is a nice person. Nobody would have expected this. But I guess we're sensitive about the things we really love. Honestly, she kind of brought it upon herself. Like I said, I don't care if you're not into manga. But if you actually look down on other people for it, that's kind of the point I was trying to make in the first place. It's not about sugarcoating things, it's about just recognizing and understanding our differences. Okay, but here's the thing about that. Yuri actually looks down on me. It has nothing to do with her word choice or anything like that. So I see what we're trying to do, but I really think the problem here is her, not just the way we talk to each other, right? I mean, Yuri isn't like that. She's a lot sweeter than you're giving her credit for. I'm sure she'll be reflecting on this. I actually think everyone should. It'll be fine. Okay, that will bark. That freaking dog will bark. That freaking dog will bark. That freaking dog will bark. Okay, did it bark? It'll be fine. I'll figure out something out. Wow, wow. I'm just like saying that instinctively. I'm just setting myself up to cause more problems. Wait, the dog will bark now. The dog will bark now. This wasn't your fault, Monica. You don't have to beat yourself up over it. If you ask me, it's a good that the truth finally came out, because I can just move on now. But, it's fine, I promise. Let's just get our mind off this, okay? In fact, it's a good opportunity to read some manga without having to worry about feeding Yuri's superiority complex. Don't be mean. I'll talk or read manga or whatever you want, but don't be mean to my friends, okay? Sorry. I'm just bitter. Everything will be okay. I mean, I don't have the answers, but at least know that we're all good people and don't want to hurt each other. This will be a learning experience. Monica says that, but her uneasiness is given away by how much she has to force the reassuring tone in her voice. This was bound to happen eventually. Natsuki and Yuri have always engaged with each other at the least out of anyone. And this is the reason. As Yuri and Natsuki proceed to distract themselves with manga, Norika sighs to herself, unable to shake her worried thoughts. Will the club really have to just come to terms with the fact that some members will be incompatible with each other? Monica desperately doesn't want to admit that, but she knows Sayori doesn't either. But for once, a solution doesn't seem to be in sight. That's the end? Yeah, that's the end. Okay, I'm gonna show you the mail. I haven't opened this the mail. After I did the perfect Yuri route and poem, I got a mail. So let's see the mail. Live Mossy. Yeah, the dates are backwards. First we got December 9, 2019. Next we got December 8, 2019. And then after that, December 7. Now let's see. Having run the control simulation for a while, it's evident that a certain character is missing from any mention or appearance. It makes me speculate that Monica's meddling is less clumsy than we think. We should because we should have had to manufacture this character herself as a way of forcing interaction between her and the user. Could that be why the character has such limited and dissonant personality traits? Or am I just reading too much into this? I'll open an issue to start tracking info and observations on the anomaly of this character appearing. Ooh. So I guess next time it will appear. Pictures. Okay. We also got a new poem, The Raccoon, which I guess if you did the perfect Yuri route, you would see that. And yep. Might actually get all the. No, I can't. I actually can't. Yuri for CG. What's this? Ralph's concept sketch of the fascist protagonist might have looked like if he was a real character. Damn. Okay, you will get your husbandos now, which I'm not gay. So I guess that's just 3. I mean, I didn't count. New music, I will not actually. I won't. But it might be in the last one. No, it's not. I guess it's this. I guess it's this. Yeah. That will be for this episode. Yeah. We need to look out for this anomaly. We got another mail. I've Lester. OMG. Okay, who's responsible for creating a Twitter account for Monica? I think it's hilarious, but for God's sake, don't tell Paula. Ha ha ha. It will get 404'd in a microsecond. Are you just relaying her tweets manually, or did you code some kind of pass-through player to automate it based on the contents of her tweets? Example: not screaming for help. I assume they're coming from the control simulation. Okay, that's nice. So I guess that's it for this episode. Please subscribe for more contents like this, or actually no, I will still be continuing this content even though if you don't freaking subscribe, which you should be actually. And that's it for this episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you on the next episode. Bye bye.